on. While the entire world forces us to move forwards, backwards, sideways, and zigzag through terrible humanitarian atrocities, one headline at a time, we forget to hold on to one thing. The one thing that we need right now, and that is perfectly by design. And if you aren't doing this, you're feeding directly into the hands of the powers and people at play. During a timeline and quite literal need of Superman, we can hold on to one thing. And that's what he stood for, what he symbolized. And by the end of this video, I will give you a reason to keep going and to continue to hope. This episode of DAYDREAMZ is a power booster. This episode is about hope and why you should hold on to or create forms of it within your life. And if you make it to the end, I'll explain this killer bomb wig. Welcome to the show, you petty, vengeful bitch. I love you. Your mission, if you choose to accept, to survive out of spite, pettiness, and vengeance. Much like a lukewarm buzzball, you are forced to be reckoned with, and you get the job done. And that job is to be able to experience what happens after this current timeline is behind us. And we have our second version of the Nuremberg trials. Oh, round of applause for the Nuremberg trials. Your job is to be around when people start getting arrested in bulk for atrocities committed against the American people and the entire rest of the world. Or until they croak. Whatever comes first. In a constant news cycle world, they want you to be continuously stressed out and in fear. And you're giving them exactly what they want when you question the validity of continuing to go forward with your life. Are you really gonna let the power bottoms of ice and demon twinks destroy your shining light?
Hey Lindsay, why don't you just admit that you're gay and then people won't blackmail you anymore?
Is that what you want? You want society to crumble to DL power bottoms and women who hate women? Girl, stand up.
Okay.
Survive out of spite. Things have been terrible before, and troubling times create renaissances. Have things been this bad or to this extent? We will never have an actual way to compare tragedies and experiences besides slavery. Slavery was the greatest atrocity ever committed, and everyone agrees except America, Israel, and Argentina. Like we didn't just rob them. Checking my sources. Sorry, that was Venezuela. But you, government of Argentina. Honestly, aren't you tired of playing oppression Olympics with the generation that came before? We got it bad right now. Who cares if they had it bad before? It's our time to make something out of nothing. We get to enjoy the ability to recreate the system and to create something that's purely for us. We have hope, not dogma. And if you have hope, leave a like for this video. Send people this way so they too can regain strength. Currently, the night is dark and full of terror. But the future is bright and full of miracles. We are f***ed, and that's awesome. Now it's time to create something out of the flames and make sculptures from the ashes because we trash boomers and Gen X and sometimes millennials, and to be honest, we have a pretty mediocre track record. Our protests are innovative, and we change the workspace and everything around us with one strong, hell no, I'm not doing that at a time. But we will also be the generation that was notoriously known for electing the man in the White House, because currently our only generational stamp we have is vape pens, cards, euphoria, and radicalized young men. We have to bounce back. We're in a bit of a flop era, and that's okay. Bad b****s always have small moments of lapse, but it's time to reverse the story. It's time for us to take on hope individually. And that single sway in mindset and subtle actions will collect on a massive scale. The energy we put into boycotts and protests, and if we added maintaining hope and finding ways to secure hope in the formula, we'd be unstoppable. We'd be... Most of us feel very paralyzed and unable to move, or what am I gonna do because of hopelessness? And with each headline completely out of our control, it leaves you more lost than the last. But imagine 5 million people right now radically achieving and working for hope.
But look around! Someone has to do something! We have to do something!
Even throughout the headlines, the suffering, the horrors, the sorrows, and prayers we are exhausted of experiencing, hope will become something as palpable as the despair around us. We are getting closer to the unveil of the origin of this killer bomb. Hey! Now let's get to the root of things. This would have never actually happened if we all checked in with one another during the pandemic. If we actually asked each other, what have you been watching recently? I've been watching The Circle on Netflix and all of Naruto. Who's Nick Fuentes? But what's done is done, and the backlash is now felt. The movie industry crumbles because of a virus, and shows aren't able to be produced, and you guys ran to red pill content like little ants trying to find a sweet treat. A dopamine hit of validation. Economically, I also think that corporations are attacking us right now as a retaliation of people demanding more for themselves during the pandemic. Working from home, staying inside, receiving unemployment, not putting money back into the market, and hurting the almighty shareholders, they want their lick back. They want their lick back. They want us angry, hating each other, and pointing fingers at and transgender underground mafia. Fear and terror have never bred solutions. It breeds panic and more fear and more terror. And Black activists and people of other oppressed groups have yelled the same thing. But let me not get on y'all for not paying attention in history and recently deciding to not forgive slavery. Do you think Harriet Tubman was allowing fear and terror to freeze her when she was taking slaves to freedom? Sorry, I know she's chopped. But we must remember, joy is true resistance. Laugh in the face of evil. That is the true cheat code for this timeline. It's the sole reason for this show, because hope began as a daydream and evolved into something more, and hope's impossible to flicker out. Much like Kristi Noem's husband's inability to put down a fire prosthetic, you just can't stop. And we can retaliate with tomfoolery, mastering the trickster archetype and saving ourselves from elimination. The myth that challenges power systems, whether it's Loki from Marvel or Aelin Galanthinius. The trickster archetype is not some fool being devious without cause. There's someone 10 steps ahead of dismantling power systems through questions, small or large rule breaks, and with their secret weapon, comedy. And that's why they have awesome one-liners. The trickster spirit is a boss not because of what they do, but what they embody. A vision for the status quo being overthrown, and knowledge of something better out there if we allow ourselves to reach for it. It's time to throw away the hero mythology of the devouring father and dive into the work of the trickster, the sneaky hoe with good intentions, the constant ability to challenge power. If we stop using entertainment as a way to pacify when things are bad, but art as a way to show that things can change, we open doors to all types of new realities that were never really seen to us. We open up the pathway of the trickster. To quote the brilliant Octavia Butler, Parable of the Sower, all that you touch changes, and all that you change changes you. And art changes how we interact with the world. Entertainment doesn't have to be slop to numb the pain and terror, but it can be elevated and mindful and encourage you to get out of your house and create what you want. Something that you're proud of, whether it's the life you want to see, the organization you want to take part of, or a piece of art that means absolutely nothing to anybody else except you. Which in turn changes you for the better, and the masses. Consuming things that make you want to partake in the one lovely life you have, encouraging you to get your heart broke, take risks, maintain hope. Instead of drowning in the works of things made you just overcome your senses and veil your psyche. I challenge you to find joy. Life is out there waiting to change you for the positive. And because of that, your life in turn will change. When you're stuck in hell, you don't stay there. You keep moving and persevering. And we have actually so much to keep going for. If you lose hope, you're a loser. They want you to be a loser. You want to be a loser with no hope? Since you've made it to the end of this video, I will explain the killer bob wig on me right now and how it pertains to hope. About 2 years ago, I was dealing with an absolutely terrible depression. And I was working my way out of it. And a way that I did that was to make plans for myself that for my next birthday, even if I'm not feeling happy, I'm still gonna work for some way to enjoy my celebration without my mental stage being like obscured. So I created something to hope for. And that was the theme for this birthday. And the theme was going to be spies with bombs. And it's absolutely one of the f***iest ideas I've ever had. And as the year went by, I was waiting for this time to actually celebrate. I happened to have a birthday in November, and lucky me, it was election season. And we got the current man in the White House. And I was f***ing floored. The depression didn't win. Some would say it kicked me black and blue or lavender purple. I bailed on the whole theme of the idea because of despair. And it wasn't until about a month or two later I decided I was getting back out of the South and moving back to LA, where I, one, could experience a birthday that would limit the potential amount of hate crimes me and my friend group would experience throughout the South with bob colorful wigs and suits. I have yet to have this Bob themed party, but simply ordering this one and having something to hope for switched something in my head. Encouraging this current video idea actually, and changing my perspective on the future, and in turn, hopefully changing yours. Everything that you touch changes, and all that you change changes you. Once again, I'm waiting for my spy themed birthday like I did before, but in a different mindset. A mindset full of one hope, hopeful ideology until the time arrives. I'll have my Bob themed birthday party, and I'll continue to foster hope until that time comes. And once it does, I'll create a new reason as well. And I know you will do the same. Wow, Uncle Iroh has really just done a number on me, huh?
Hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength.
So, that's why I look absolutely f***ing fabulous right now. And if you ever feel like this dimension is too much, you can always subscribe and escape the Matrix.